Is Liam Hemsworth's new movie Arkansas quarantine-worthy? A new movie hits digital platforms this weekend starring Liam Hemsworth, John Malkovich, Vince Vaughn, Vivica Fox, and Clark Duke, best known for his roles in Hot Tub Time Machine and Kick-Ass. He is making his directorial debut here, and he also co-wrote the script. Now, the film was supposed to have his debut at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin in March, but as we all know the story, everything was canceled, and now this poor little film is being pushed onto digital, but it actually might be better suited for digital because it is a tiny film and it's interesting and it's trying to be kind of a Coen type film, but doesn't quite get there. Kyle, who is played by Hemsworth, and Swin, played by Duke, team up as drug runners for an Arkansas-based drug kingpin named Frog, who they've never met. The pair pose as junior park rangers by day in the hopes of impressing the drug king, whoever it may be. Now they're working for Frog's proxy, played by John Malkovich. After a few inept actions on their part in response to a drug deal gone wrong, they're headed in a crash course with Frog. Described as dark comedy, Arkansas is more dramedy than comedy. Duke's Swin is a quirky character along with Malkovich's park ranger. But aside from their idiosyncratic ways, there's not much eccentricity to this feature film. Duke, as I mentioned, was in Kick-Ass and Hot Tub Time Machine, is unrecognizable as Swin, and he owns it, playing an odd-looking but confident wannabe drug dealer. He's often been stereotyped in Hollywood, so there's no doubt directing and writing allowed him to showcase his capabilities as an actor. The upside is Hemsworth and Swin, who have really great chemistry in a Laurel and Hardy fashion. The viewers will be rooting for them to succeed, although their blundering ways will almost certainly cause their downfall. Basically, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. In between, you are thrust into another setting with different characters, and that is often jarring. Now here's the problem with Arkansas. Midway through the film, we flash back for an origin story on Frog's character. And it's not very interesting, and all it does is disrupts the flow of the movie. So this all doesn't happen all at once. So this happens midway through the film where we flash back 3 decades ago, and then we'll go back to the present day, and then we'll go back to a different decade with Frog moving up in this drug ring. But it's a different vibe from the rest of the film, so it really takes you out of the film where you were invested, and then now you're not. So now you've lost focus on the film. A better way, let me fix this movie. I would have fixed it this way. So Frog in the beginning, he's a mystery character. We don't know who he is. We do meet him along the way, or we meet Vince Vaughn, but we don't know he's actually Frog. So might be an interesting character. So it'd be funnier if we had characters who would talk about this legend, Frog, and how he came to be, and maybe an exaggerated version of what the actual events were, and then contrasting with what people are saying to what we're actually seeing would have been a lot funnier instead of going back into flashbacks. Because like I said, it ruined the vibe. It's a different type of movie, and it might have worked in the novel. Novels, you can get away with pretty much anything. And they're called chapters when they flash back. So in the book, I'm sure they do that, but here it just doesn't work because it takes you totally out of the moment. It kind of ruins it. It doesn't have the same vibe as far as quirkiness. So I was disappointed in that fact. Co-written by first-time scribe Andrew Bookrong and Duke, the plotting is drawn out like a southern accent. Now, no doubt adopting a book is a difficult task, and it shows here, with the uneven pacing and veering off to introduce new characters in flashbacks. Midway through the film, it didn't work. After a promising start and interesting characters, Arkansas loses its way. The performances are noteworthy, and Clark Duke as a director and lead certainly make a splash as a first-timer behind the lens, despite the diversions. Arkansas is now available on digital, Apple, Amazon, and on-demand platforms.